Welcome back to Hardball. Now with the newest candidate from Pennsylvania, the Democrat who's just challenged Senator Specter, Congressman Joe Sestak. Congressman Admiral, let me ask you this. Specter just hit you with the fact you're traveling around the state on taxpayer-financed whatever. What's he talking about?
I don't know, and I really don't. But look,
are you spending federal money going around? Was your gas paid for by the government? Okay, what does he mean then?
No, I'm sure Arlen didn't mean to misspeak. His staff probably just misinformed him. No, this is obviously from campaign money, and I'm just think he was misinformed. But I've been around the state. Oh yes.
What about missing all those votes?
Yeah,
he puts out a blog site every day showing when you do the Ed Show, when you do local television, every time you miss a vote because you're on TV, he's got it on his blog site. What do you make of that?
Well, Ed, I mean, Chris, you know we keep our office open 7 days a week. In our district, we've handled just under 10,000 constituency cases in the first 2 years, 3 times the normal congressional office. And down in Washington, D.C., we've actually passed more bills this year than either senator of Pennsylvania, co-sponsored more bills than any other representative except 4. And finally, we moved, for the first time in 12 years, money into autism because it's an epidemic throughout this nation. And we had the very first bill in 17 years passed the House of Representatives that took care of elder abuse, because Pennsylvania, where I have been to all 67 counties in 3 weeks in July, has an increase of 36% in elder abuse. We work hard every day, Chris, and you know that. And that's what matters, because when I went to those 67 counties, some of those counties, when I asked them how the recession was as a result of the last 8 years, said, it's not that bad. We were hurting so much anyway. Washington never kept the middle class, the working families in mind. That's why I'm running.
Congressman, I want to salute you for running. I think Pennsylvanians deserve a choice. I grew up there. I think democracy means a choice, and I think that's great. Let me ask you about the president, the former president. He went to North Korea to rescue those 2 young journalists, and he did a heroic job doing that. Will he come to Pennsylvania? If he could go to Pyongyang, can he come to Pennsylvania for a guy who supported the Clintons, who worked for the Clintons in the National Security Council? Does the president, the former president, give you any commitment that he'll come in and work for you? Because Barack Obama, who you voted for, is going up there and campaigning for Arlen Specter, who voted for John McCain and Sarah Palin. I know this is ironic. Will you get the Clintons at least in for you?
I would never ask President Clinton to come in for me at all.
Why?
And here's why. When I worked for President Clinton, I recognize that there's the president and then there's the office of the presidency. And although he is a former president, he's still attached to the office of the presidency. And even to begin to think that I would ever place someone I worked for into a place of potential embarrassment with the present president, I would never do that. There's not only loyalty down, there's loyalty up. I would not do that because I respect that office of the presidency. And besides, I really do like running alone. I have going to a VFW post at night. I've yet to ask me, anyone ask me who's endorsed you or who do you know. They want to know what I'm going to do for them. And will I be there for them tomorrow?
I watched the Clintons campaign for Barack Obama, and they did a hell of a job for him last time. And I just wonder why you see there's a conflict, why the Clintons don't owe you, not owe you, but feel that they should help a guy who's been so loyal to them, working for them, always being a Hillary Clinton person, always being a Bill Clinton person. It just seems, I'm not going to ask you anymore because you said you think it's a conflict. What is the real issue?
But if I could answer that, but if I could, though, is I didn't do that because I wanted something back. I did that because I believed in Mrs. Clinton, as I believe in President Obama today. Look, I understand President Obama. It's tough down there, and he probably just wanted the insurance of an extra vote. But that's for 2009. What we Pennsylvanians have to worry about is 2010 through 2016. We need new ideas and new energy. And going around these 67 counties in 3 weeks, boy, I have to tell you, somebody in Washington, D.C. forgot about them. Else we wouldn't have needed an economic stimulus bill.
You know, the trouble is that you're traveling around the state to 67 counties and nobody knows until you tell us. Arlen Specter is going to spend $30 million in TV advertising to croak you. What can you do about it?
Look, I'll have more than sufficient money in order to get my message out. But I have to tell you, and you know us Pennsylvanians because you're one of us. I mean, this is where the Whiskey Rebellion began. We're pretty independent-minded. Nobody is asking us, who endorsed you? Who do you know? They want to know, are you going to work for us? And I'm going to work for them.
I salute you. I salute your guts in making this race a real race for the people of Pennsylvania. Thank you, Congressman Joe Sestak. Right now it's time